not only Manchester State but also Good day. Thanks for joining the Gallery TV News Updates at all. I am Oluwatomi Overadi. On the news headlines: Presidential primaries. Uncertainty over APC PDP delegates list as Buhari delays Electoral Act. 83 million Nigerians to benefit as Buhari signs National Health Authority bill into law. Lagos Airport shut temporarily, flights diverted over mangled corpse on runway. Man traffics wife for prostitution, sells them for 600,000 naira. On business news, telcos 208 billion naira 4G investment to boost internet speed, says NTC. On sports news, Flamingos play Ethiopia for tickets to India. On entertainment, Rihanna, A$AP Rocky welcome baby boy. On foreign news, 5 migrants found dead in train in Mexico. Now the news in details. Presidential primaries. Uncertainty over APC PDP delegates list as Buhari delays Electoral Act. There is uncertainty over the delegates list of political parties, including the All Progressives Congress and the People's Democratic Party, following the delay by the President, Major General Muhammadu Buhari, retired, in signing the amendment version of the Electoral Act. Chieftains of the major political parties on Thursday said the President assigned to the amended Act would enable parties to know the exact numbers of delegates that would vote during presidential primaries, as statutory delegates were excluded in the existing version of the law. The PDP has scheduled its presidential primary to hold on May 28 and 29, while the APC will elect its presidential candidates at its shadow elections taking place on May 28 and 29. Almost 2 weeks to the primaries, the parties are not certain whether or not statutory delegates will vote with the President's delay in signing the Amendment Electoral Act. The Senate and the House of Representatives had on Wednesday passed the amendment to the Act to recognize statutory delegates as voters during primaries, congresses, and conventions of political parties. The National Assembly, after passing the amendment, said it expected the executive to sign it last weekend without delay. Before the amendment, the section did not provide for statutory delegates, including elected councillors, local government chairmen and their deputies, party chairmen in local government areas and 6 Abuja area councils, state and federal lawmakers, governors and their deputies, president and vice presidents, national working committee members, state party chairmen, and secretaries as voters of the primaries. Section 84(8) initially read a political party that adopts a system of indirect primaries for the choice of its candidates shall clearly outline in its constitution the rules and procedures for the democratic election of delegates to vote at the convention, congress, or meeting. But the Parliament amended this section by adding in addition to statutory delegates already prescribed in the constitution of the party in the amendment. During the plenary, the President of the Senate, Senator Ahmad Walawan, described the amendment as emergency legislation and the omission of statutory delegates as a fundamental error. But on Thursday, there was concern about the President's delay in signing the amended Electoral Act 1 week after it was transmitted to him. The President failed to sign the amendment of the Act. Instead, he signed only the National Health Insurance Authority Bill 2022 into law and immediately traveled to the United Arab Emirates. He, however, said nothing about the electoral bill, which he has less than 10 days to sign, going by the APC's timetable. 83 million Nigerians to the benefit as Buhari signs National Health Authority bill into law. 83 million Nigerians are set to be covered as President Muhammadu Buhari signed the National Health Insurance Authority Bill 2022 into law. This is according to a statement released by Presidential aide Shehu on Thursday. He said the bill repeals the National Health Insurance Scheme Act (CAP) 42 naira laws of the Federation of Nigeria 2004. Shehu quoted his principal as saying during the signing of the law that a fund will be set up to ensure coverage of 83 million poor Nigerians who cannot afford to pay premiums as recommended by the Lancet Nigerian Commission. For the large number of vulnerable individuals who are not able to pay health insurance premiums, A vulnerable group fund will be set up to include the components of the Basic Healthcare Provision Fund, due to the authority, health insurance levy, special intervention fund, and any investment proceeds, donations, and gifts to the authority. Buhari noted that authority relies with state government health insurance schemes to accredit private and secondary health facilities and enroll Nigerians into the scheme. This is part of moves to ensure the delivery of quality health care. The new act also enables the authority and state government to develop information management systems and digital records to enhance data collection, monitoring, and quality assurance. The Nigerian leader therefore urged the health reform community to work with state governments, Federal Ministry of Health, and the National Health Insurance Authority to ensure the implementations of the articles in the new act. Still on the news, Lagos Airport shut temporarily, flights diverted over mangled curbs on runway. The international wing of Murtala Muhammed International Airport, Lagos, was temporarily shut in the early hours of Thursday after the mangled body of a dead man was found on runway 18 of the nation's flagship airport. The identity of the cause could not be ascertained as of the first time, as it could not be established whether the dead man was knocked down by an aircraft taking off or landing on the runway. However, airport officials say the runway was temporarily shut down while a team of officials from the Federal Airports Authority of Nigeria and the Nigerian Police Force evacuated the corpse from the runway. During the temporary shutdown of the runway, international flights were prevented from landing and taking off from the airport's international terminal. Among the flights that could not land due to the shutdown was the Ethiopian Airlines Flight 3907, a Boeing 77F aircraft with registration number 80AVN, which was coming from Lome to go to Lagos, Nigeria. The flight was later diverted back to Lome after holding for a while. Airport officials said the corpse was suddenly found on runway 18R during a routine runway inspection by fan personnel. The officials were said to have reported the corpse on the runway around the cargo area. The spokesperson for FAN, Mrs. Faithful Avokere Obudubams, could not immediately confirm the incident, saying she had yet to be briefed on the development. Also, the police public relations officer, Airport Command, Mr. Olayinka Ojelade, said he had yet to get the requested signal on the incident. He promised to get back as of the time of filing this report. He had yet to do so. However, a top police official at the NMIA confirmed the development. He said the command was called upon in the early hours of Thursday to evacuate the corpse from runway 18R. According to him, the police are still investigating the identity of the dead man and how he got to the security area of the international airport. However, an aviation security expert and former military commander of the MMIA group, Captain John Ojikutu, retired, said there was a need to investigate how the unidentified man found his way into the sensitive area of the airport, describing the incident as a major security breach. Meanwhile, there have been a couple of airport security breaches in recent times. Man traffics wife for prostitution, sells son for 600,000 naira. Men of the Ogun State Police Command have arrested a 36-year-old man Kingsley SN for allegedly trafficking his wife to Mali for prostitution and selling a 2-year-old son for 600,000 naira. The State Public Relations Officer DSP Abimbola Oyeyemi, in a statement on Thursday, said the suspect was arrested following a reform law at the Agbara Divisional Headquarters by the suspect's wife, Bright SN. The PPRA said Bright reported that sometime in October 2021, her husband Kingsley SN informed her that he had secured a job for her in Bamako, Mali, and that he had assisted many people to that country for greener pastures before. She explained further that being her husband, she didn't suspect any foul play until she got to Mali, only to discover that she had been sold to human trafficker cartel headed by a woman at the rate of 1,400,000 naira. While in Mali, she was forced into prostitution, but later found her way to the Nigerian embassy in Bamako, where she was assisted back to Nigeria. On getting to Nigeria, she discovered that her 2-year-old son in care of her husband was nowhere to be found. Upon the report, the DPO Agbara Division SP Abiodun Sarau detailed the detectives to go after the suspect, and he was eventually arrested. On interrogation, the suspect confessed to the crime. He confessed further that he sold the 2-year-old son to somebody at a rate of 600,000 naira. The police spokesman, however, said the State's Commissioner of Police, Larry Bankole, had ordered that the buyer of the son must be traced and arrested. On business news, Telco's 208 billion naira 4G investment to boost internet speed, says NCC. Nigerians are set to enjoy faster internet services as MTN Nigeria Communications PLC and Airtel Africa invested a combined $208 billion 560 million naira in fourth generation network and other capital expenditure in the first quarter of 2022. According to the Nigerian Communications Commission, internet services in the nation currently predominantly run on 2G and 3G networks. It added that although 4G coverage is available to about 37% of the population, download speeds are still uncompetitive with nations in the same income bracket as Nigeria. Recently, telcos have begun to increase their investment in 4G infrastructure. According to MTN, it rolled out 2,260 4G sites in the first quarter of the year to boost penetration. In its early report for the quarter ended March 31st, 2022, the capital expenditure in the period was up by 80.8% off a lower base in quarter 1 in 2021. An aggressive coverage expansion to capture growth opportunities, focusing on 4G network and rural telephoning program. The firm added that 4G now accounts for 76% of data traffic and covers about 70% of the population. In its early report for the financial year ended March 31st, 2022, Airtel said they continue to invest in the network by expanding 4G coverage and building capacity to cater for the future needs of their customers and to continue providing them with high-speed data. At the end of F1 22, 87.6% of their total sites are now on 4G compared to 76.5% of the previous year. The firm added that 99% of the sites in Nigeria now have 4G capabilities. According to the Nigerian National Broadband Plan 2020-2025, 4G Lite network is needed to achieve the kind of download speeds Nigerians need. Now on sports. Flamingos play Ethiopia for tickets to India. Nigerians under 17 girls are pumped up to do the hard work away from home by scoring as many goals as possible against host Ethiopia when both teams clash on the 17 Women's World Cup final round. First leg encounter in Addis Ababa on Friday. 14 goals for and none against the tally of the Nigerian girls in this campaign after 8-0 and 6-0 aggregate wins over DR Congo and Egypt respectively. Having won that series going to the series, the Flamingos are determined to achieve another handsome win that will all but put them the ticket to the finals in India in October this year. The Nigerian delegation arrived in Addis Ababa on Wednesday night, which was at best of the technical period as Ethiopia's high altitude territory. Coach Bankole Olumokere told the NFF.com that his players were upbeat ahead of today's encounter and will go all out for a win. He said they are confident and they will give their all as Ethiopians are a good side as well. The match will hold at the Abebe Bekela Stadium in Addis Ababa from 4 p.m. Ethiopian time, 2 p.m. Nigerian time, and will be superintended by Namibian officials. On entertainment news, Rihanna A$AP Rocky welcome baby boy. Popular Barbadian singer Rihanna Fenty and her lover A$AP Rocky have welcomed their first child together. TMZ, who quoted close sources, reported that the baby boy was born last Friday, May 13, 2022 in Los Angeles. The couple had in January broke the internet when they announced that they were expecting their first child together. Rihanna had always shown up in style during her pregnancy as she effortlessly showed off her baby bump. During the pregnancy, there was a mild drama as A$AP Rocky got arrested by the Los Angeles Police Department in connection with the shooting that occurred in November 2021. The department had announced in April that the rapper whose legal name is Rakim Mayers was despite the arrest, which was for ourselves with the firearm at the Los Angeles International Airport. The pregnant Rihanna had shown support for her man as she was spotted one of the show which happened after the arrest. The new child is the first for both Rihanna and her rapper boyfriend. The new parents are yet to make an official announcement of the news as at the time of filing this report. Lastly, on foreign news, 5 migrants found dead in train in Mexico. The bodies of 5 migrants suspected to have died of dehydration and heat stroke were found in a railroad car in northern Mexico near the U.S. border, authorities said. The victims were 3 Hondurans, a Mexican and another unidentified person, Mexico International Institute of Migration (INM) said. They appeared to have taken the train which came from the United States and was headed to central Mexico in the wrong directions, authorities in Coahuila State said. Railway security personnel found the bodies and sustained a foot sticking out of a moving railroad car legacy of Tedias Negras, according to the INM. The probable causes of death include severe hydration exacerbated by heat stroke. Many thousands of US-bound undocumented migrants, most of them Central Americans, enter Mexico each year, fleeing poverty and violence. They risk their lives during a long and treacherous journey overland by bus, truck, freight train, or even on foot. The Mexican government said this month it would step up security along its southern border in preparation for a possible new wave of migrants headed for the United States. That is it on the news updates at all. I am Oluwatomi Oberdi. Do follow us some more and enjoy the rest of your day.
Life of people not only in the United States but also
in Taraba, due to lack of specific dialysis machine.
the first by the federal government to announce difficulties in the 2021 budget.